What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, man. So in today's video we're gonna be reacting to when cops realize they're chasing a pro. Now if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Without further ado, let's react to it.
In this video, we've got a NASCAR champion who turns 3 states into his personal racetrack. A mysterious driver who does something so impossible, cops still can't explain it 25 years later. And 3 skilled street racers who almost evaded capture, but then made a fatal mistake. These aren't your typical drunk drivers trying to avoid a DUI.
Can you just put the lightsaber away for us first?
These are people with serious driving skills, and in some cases, even professional racing experience. And when cops realize that the person they're chasing knows how to drive, the situation gets intense. But before we dive into these crazy chases, you need to understand something. Most police chases are predictable. Some idiot runs a red light, sees the cops, panics, and tries to escape. They usually crash within 5 minutes or run out of gas eventually, but every once in a while, officers encounter someone different, someone who actually knows what they're doing behind the wheel. And that's when things get...
that man drove through the gate. I still can't get over that one. Why did he even do that?
Really interesting. Now, make sure to leave a like and let's get started. April 3rd, 1997, Garden City, Georgia. Officer Wayne Daniels is patrolling the quiet streets when he spots a Chevy Corsica blow through a stop sign. Now, a Corsica isn't exactly a speed demon, but this driver somehow pushes that piece of junk to its absolute limits. The Corsica driver does not stop, and the chase begins. Daniel hits his lights and sirens while the Corsica accelerates, weaving through residential streets. The dash cam footage shows a pretty standard pursuit at first. The suspect's taking corners hard, running red lights, typical escape attempt stuff.
This man think he's licensed. He drives.
The Corsica driver seems to realize that he's running out of options, so he takes a wide right turn, before suddenly, well, the driver does something that nobody can explain to this day. He makes a hard left toward a chain link fence. Officer Daniels follows. The dashcam footage shows the Corsica's taillights approaching the fence, and then they're on the other side. Daniels slams his brakes. He's now staring at an intact fence with a car driving away on the other side like nothing happened. Then he gets out and checks the fence. It's solid. No hole, no damage, nothing. The footage is creepy as hell. You can see the dust cloud where the car went through, but the fence, however, is perfectly fine. Daniels radios it in.
Unit 7, I've lost visual on suspect vehicle. It went through a fence. Say again, Unit 7. The car went through the fence.
That's so unreal, chat.
To this day, Garden City PD has no explanation for what happened. They've had experts analyze the footage. They've tested theories, but nothing really makes sense. The TV show Fact or Faked even did a whole episode on it. They tried ramping over the fence, which resulted in them destroying the fence, cutting through it quickly, which also left substantial damages on the fence, and even going under it, which also didn't work. The only working theory would be that the fence had loose brackets at the bottom, the car went under at the exact right angle and speed, and the fence snapped back perfectly, but the odds for that are astronomical. However, there is still more to this story, because there is something that makes the Garden City ghost car case even more bizarre. The driver was never caught, never identified. To this day, nobody knows who was behind the wheel. Even 25 years later, people are talking about it, all because of just one piece of equipment, a dash cam. Without that footage, Officer Daniels would have just been another cop with a wild story that nobody believes. Which reminds me of today's video sponsor, Viofo. Their newest model, the A329S,
that's some next level types. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, that's something you see out of a movie, chat. Like, that's so unreal. Like, how does somebody even do something like that, chat? Like, that's something unthinkable.
What Officer Daniels wished he had back then. It has a triple camera system, featuring not only the cabin interior, but also the environment on both the left and right side of the vehicle. And thanks to the triple view display, you can watch all 3 cameras still recording and transferred to your... But what I like the most is the smart cam anyway. Honestly, the A3 played out. For years, Officer Cam anyway. Honestly, the A329S is the best you'll find. I'll drop the link below if you want to check it out. But now, let's get back to the ghost car driver and see how it played out. For years, Officer Daniels couldn't stop thinking about what he had witnessed on that night. He went back to that fence dozens of times, measured angles, tested theories, but nothing. Suddenly, other officers started reporting similar incidents. Cars that seemed to vanish during pursuits, always in areas with fences or barriers. Is there a secret technique that some drivers know? Or was this a 1 in a million physics glitch that can't be replicated? Or is there another way that we just haven't discussed yet? But before we get to that, let's take a look at the second chase on today's list. Arkansas State Trooper Nathan Williams is working the night shift on October 29th. It's one of those boring nights where nothing happens until he spots them. 3 muscle cars rolling together, 2 Dodge Challengers and a Ford Mustang GT. They're not speeding, at least not yet. But Officer Williams has been doing this long enough to know what's about to happen.
Basically.
The trio approaches a long, empty stretch of highway. Perfect for street racing. Williams stays back, just watching everything unfold. They're so focused on each other, so caught up in their little Fast and Furious fantasy, they don't even notice the cop car behind them. Williams could hit his lights right now, but he's smart. Instead, he accelerates just enough to get close enough to read every single license plate. And then they launch. The white Challenger takes the lead immediately with the black Challenger right behind him. William hits his lights, and now they notice. While the drivers of the Mustang and the orange Challenger slow down, trying to blend back into traffic like nothing happened, the third one in the group does something else.
Where is it?
The white Challenger driver looks in his mirror, sees the cop, and makes a decision. He slams the gas and tries to escape.
Where did the other car go? Chat, where did the other car? It vanished, literally.
William is slowly falling behind, but he's not giving up. He knows his patrol car has no chance against the Charger, and instead of following him, potentially endangering lives of others, he decides to end the pursuit, letting the driver flee. At least, for now. But remember those license plates William got?
Oh, license probably was driving that car, chat. Like, officer couldn't even catch up to him. But hold on, we'll be right back. Alright, we back. Finna start back in 3, 2, 1, 0.
Earlier? Yeah, about that. Back in Arkansas, the white Challenger driver probably thought he was home free. He lost the cop, made it back to his apartment, and parked the car. 2 hours later, there's a knock at his door, and as the suspect opens it, multiple officers confront him. And when one officer says, "We're here for the white Challenger," he knew he was fucked. See, Trooper William did something brilliant. He didn't need to catch them. He just needed their plates. And when you're dumb enough to street race in your own car with your real plates in front of a cop, well, you've basically arrested yourself. They impounded the Challenger on the spot, but it gets even better. Remember the other 2 racers? The ones who thought they were smart by slowing down? William visits them too, one by one. In the end, all 3 cars got impounded, with all 3 drivers facing charges. Now, let's take a look at a very special police chase, one that even veteran officers might witness just once in their entire career, if they're lucky, or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. January 30th, 2013, the Nevada desert. Officer Johnson is running radar on Interstate 15 when a black BMW 750Li flies past. The officer clocks him at 90 and a 65. Time for a routine traffic stop, he thinks. The BMW pulls over, and the officer walks up to the car's window. But the driver seems off, fidgety, his eyes darting everywhere but on the officer. Classic signs of someone on something. The officer asks for license and registration, but the name on the license makes him do a double take. Timothy Tyler Andrew Walker. Now, if you're not into racing, that name probably means nothing, but Officer Johnson recognizes it immediately. Tyler Walker, the Tyler Walker. This isn't just some random dude. This is racing legendary. 4th generation professional driver, 2002 World of Outlaws champion, Knoxville Nationals Rookie of the Year, and a NASCAR Nationwide Series driver. The guy comes from a family where his dad, grandfather, and great-grandfather were all professional racers. The officer's thinking, why is a NASCAR driver acting so sketchy during a traffic stop? Well, let's just say he's going to find out very
Speed up on
soon.
them shit.
Johnson goes back to his cruiser to run the plates, and that's when the dispatch drops a bomb. Walker has warrants, federal warrants. This is no longer a speeding ticket. This is an arrest. The officer approaches the car again. Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the vehicle. Walker looks at him, looks at the road ahead. And that's when this professional race car driver makes a decision that's about to turn a simple traffic stop into a...
What do warrants mean? Cause I have no clue what a warrant is. Y'all let me know what that means in the comment section below. I have no clue what a warrant is.
150-mile-per-hour chase across 3 states. Then, his right foot finds the accelerator. What happens next is pure racing instinct mixed with terrible judgment. Walker floors it. 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. And Walker uses every bit of it. Officer Johnson hits his lights and sirens, calling it in. Unit 23 in pursuit of a black BMW. Nevada plates, heading eastbound on I-15. Driver is Tyler Walker, the race car driver. Dispatch probably thinks he's joking, but there is no time left for thinking. Johnson needs to act. Walker is doing things only a professional would do. He takes perfect racing lines through traffic, uses the banking of the highway like a NASCAR track, and maintains momentum through curves that would send normal drivers spinning. The officer's struggling to keep up. His Crown Vic is good, but it's no match for German engineering, piloted by someone who spent their entire life going fast. And what makes the situation even harder is that Tyler knows every police trick. The chase goes on for an entire 40 minutes. 3 states worth of cops are now chasing one drugged-out NASCAR driver. But the thing is, all the skill in the world can't overcome basic physics when you're high on meth. And Walker's about to learn that lesson the hard way. See, while he's been on the Interstate 15, every cop in 3 states has been radioing ahead. Utah Highway Patrol knows he's coming. They've had 40 minutes to prepare, 40 minutes to set up the perfect trap. And just a few minutes later, it's time. Walker comes flying around the bend at 120 miles per hour and then sees the strips. But Walker, high on meth and convinced of his own invincibility, tries to swerve around them. He clips them and...
crash, right?
The BMW drops onto its rims, shooting sparks everywhere. But this lunatic, he keeps going. The BMW is disintegrating, pieces of wheel flying off. Walker sees an exit and makes one last desperate move. He cranks the wheel hard right, trying to exit the highway. But he makes a fatal error. He tries to go up the off-ramp, the wrong way. Now, there is nowhere to go. The BMW finally dies, blocking the ramp. Walker throws it in park, looks at his passenger, and they both bail out on foot. As Walker gets out, he immediately trips and falls face first into the dirt. What an ironic end to this chase.
That's crazy shit.
Now comes the craziest part of all these stories. Remember how I said the ghost car was never caught? That nobody knows who the driver was? Well, that's not entirely true. Because in 2010, someone posted on an obscure forum claiming to be the driver, and that person explained exactly how he did it. The fence had a section where the bottom wasn't properly secured. They knew about it because they lived in the area. They went under at exactly the right angle, and the fence popped back into place. Was it real? Nobody knows. The post was deleted within hours, so there's no way to verify. But if it's true, it means the most legendary escape in police chase history wasn't luck or skill or magic. Instead, it was local knowledge, preparation, and the art of knowing your escape route before you even need it.